from Lambton-Kent-Middlesex.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My question today is for the Minister of Economic Development and Growth. We all know the minister enjoys talking about the millions and millions of taxpayer dollars that this government hands out to private corporations. Forgotten in all the political spin is reality for failed companies like Wintronics, Arc Productions, and now, sadly, Cambridge Towel and their workers. Speaker, just over 7 weeks ago, this government used Cambridge Towel as a backdrop for another shameless political announcement, this time about, and I quote, reducing energy costs. Over 160 workers will lose their jobs when Cambridge Towel closes, and yet another example of sky-high hydro rates costing real jobs and hurting Ontario families. Speaker, how many plants have to close and how many people have to lose their jobs before the minister will admit there is a hydro crisis facing Ontario's manufacturers?
Minister of Economic Development and Growth.
Mr. Speaker, this province has just seen in the last number of weeks $1.7 billion announced to be invested in our auto plants, Mr. Speaker, that's going to support and save tens of thousands, if not millions, of jobs across this province. And, Mr. Speaker, the member opposite opposes all the partnerships that we've done in the past with those plants. His party, Mr. Speaker, his members said let those plants close. And you know what, Mr. Speaker? We refuse to do that. The result is thousands of jobs in Windsor, thousands of jobs in St. Catharines, thousands of jobs in Oshawa, thousands of jobs in Woodstock, Mr. Speaker, thousands of jobs across this province because of the partnerships that you opposed.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Speaker, back to the Minister of Economic Development and Growth. Just over 300 days ago, I wrote to this minister asking him to release the information on the business grants that this government has handed out since 2004. Recently, the minister released information going back only to 2013, including a government grant for $190,000 to Cambridge Towel, the same company that is laying off 160 people and closing its doors. Speaker, this grant was awarded just a couple years ago, and now we know that families in and around Cambridge are going to be without work as we approach Christmas. Minister, that's extremely sad. Mr. Speaker, how many more factories does the Minister of Economic Development and Growth expect to close before Christmas due to his government's electricity rates and other failed Liberal policies?
Thank you. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we feel strongly, and we feel for those workers that our jobs are in jeopardy that are being laid off at Cambridge Towel. But, Mr. Speaker, at the same time, this member is trying to have it both ways. One minute he's saying help those companies, the next minute he's saying he opposes those very programs that help those companies. We're proud of the investment we made some time ago with Cambridge Towel. It helped them continue to grow when things were going well for them, Mr. Speaker. We're proud of the investments that we've made with our partners in the business community. We've invested $2.8 billion, Mr. Speaker. $29 billion of private sector dollars have been leveraged from that. 160,000 Ontarians have jobs, Mr. Speaker, out of those investments we've made, investments we're proud to have made, investments he and his leader continue to oppose, Mr. Speaker.